Alright, so this is going to be my wrap-up, or you could call it catch-up video for 2018, considering it's 2019, and I still have a decent stack of toys that I should have did in 18, but I never got to it because I got this thing called a job, and a life, and a family, and a wife, and a kid, and a dirt bike, and a video game, and friends that take up a lot of my time other than just action figures. I did come up on this DC multiverse set, which I'm not going to open these right now because I still can't find the Batman. I've been looking for him every day. When I get him, then I will review the whole set. I don't want to nickel and dime you guys and review them one at a time. I'd rather just get them all and do them all at once. I passed on the Harley. I just didn't really think she was that good. Doesn't really have a build-a-piece in there or a collect and connect piece in there that I really liked. If I see her on clearance, I might pick her up. I might not. These I found at Walmart on clearance for $15 each. It's an old toy, just redone, reboxed. I've looked at it a while ago, like a few years ago. I already have 5 of these, so now I got like 7 of these. They're basically in every movie, but for 15 bucks each, I figured screw it, I can use a couple more. Get these out of here. So I might open one of those, I might not. Then you have this thermal vision Predator. This is basically the Predator that you already bought, but now he's blue with a splash of color on him. I thought he was extremely cool. Target exclusive, I couldn't wait to get him. We're going to go ahead and check him out. And then you have this Ralph. The movie was great. I loved it. This is the only thing that I got because I figured this would be a perfect wolf for a Hella wolf to put with my Hella. That's why I have them. I might spray paint a little black on them, darken them up just a little bit. So we'll take a quick look at him. And then I never got to this Walgreens exclusive Silver Surfer. He looks like a great toy. I have tons of Silver Surfers. I wasn't that excited to get him, but I did want him. He's good, but when you have so many Silver Surfers, it's kind of hard to get excited about it. And then you have this Marvel Select Beast. This is one that I actually would have passed on if I'd have known that Marvel Legends is going to redo the Beast, because that one that they're making looks amazing. But I love the Beast. He's one of my favorite characters, so I figured why not? You can't have too many. And this is definitely one that I should have opened. I think they did an amazing job. I think this is probably the best Thor Ragnarok Hulk there is. He's amazing. He's big. He's massive. He's from the movie. I already reviewed the comic book one. This is the reason why I canceled my order through Mezco, because that thing was 125 bucks. This thing is 25 bucks, and I think this is the better toy. And anytime I can try to cancel a Mezco order, I actually feel good about my life. I'm going to get these open and we're going to take a look at them, and this will be the end of it. I know it's 2019, but this will be the end of it for 18. Then when I get this done, unless I come across like a set of Spider-Man or something crazy, I'm going to start working on my best toys for 2018. Let's check these out. Alright, so I got all this stuff opened up. You can kind of, I don't really know if you're going to do a size comparison on it because it's all different scales. You got this Star Wars 3 3/4 AT-ST right up front, 3 3/4 scale. You got that Beast, not sure what that is. I think it's like a 7-inch scale. You got the Predator back there, which he's like a 7-inch scale. Then this Ragnarok Hulk, which is by far the best Ragnarok Hulk out there. I don't even have to look at the other ones to compare it. The toy's amazing. They did a really good job. The Silver Surfer is 6-inch scale. Then you have this Ralph the Wolf over here, which I'm going to say it's the Hella Wolf. Go ahead and pick a scale on that. It's going to be my Hella Wolf. We're going to go ahead and take out this AT-ST first, just to get the big thing out of the way. He does come with the pilot. The pilot, they did a really good job on. The helmet comes off. This is like a Black Series one, or their deluxe one, or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have the 5 points of articulation. It actually has elbow joints, wrist, an ab crunch, knees, ankles. So they did a really good job on this. And this thing for $15 is a steal. It's normally a $60 toy. This is the gun that's supposed to go right in here. This is like the movie accurate gun. Then if you wanted to shoot missiles, you put in this big stupid gun. I have a bunch of these already, and they all have this gun in there. And I already put the other one on the shelf, so I figured I'd go ahead and put the big stupid gun on it just to make it look a little bit different. And I might like spray paint a little white on this thing and like put this in the snow area. I already spray painted some of them a little bit with some brown and put them in like in the woods or in the desert or something like that. This thing it's just an amazing toy. If you collect 3 3/4, I'm sure you already have at least one of these, if not a few of these. The legs are all articulated. You can stand this thing way up tall. You can crouch it down like this. It's got like that bushing in the middle, so you can move it there also. The guns, all the guns turn. These ones actually shoot missiles. These little lids open and close. And then if you look at the top here, this will open and close. And then to put your figures in there, you can open this up all the way. They painted the seats. They got some sticker details in there. So it has tons of detail. This toy is amazing. And for $15, God, that's why I was like, screw it, grab 2 of them like for $15 because I paid like $60 for all the other ones. So it's, I don't know, I kind of felt like I had to come up. I'm not going to go into this thing too much, probably because you already have one. Now we're going to check out that Thermal Vision Predator back there. I got this other Predator right here for a side-by-side comparison. This guy is this guy repainted. When they did this blue paint, the Thermal Vision, they never did that before. When I saw that they were going to do it, God, I got really excited about that. I know it's just a repaint, but man, it's just an amazing repaint. Like this thing is $30, or basically they're $30. They're like $26.99 out the door. These things are basically $30, which is a lot of money for an action figure. And you're thinking, this one doesn't really come with any accessories. This one comes with like 2 heads, different arms, different hands, all kinds of blades, all kinds of cool stuff on it. And then this one just is solid blue with some rainbow paint on it. So I don't see how they justify the markup of the price or the same price when you get less, because I know that this thing was way easier to paint than this thing. Like if you look at this, I've already reviewed it. Look at these 2 things side by side, and you look at the paintwork on one versus the other. They're the same exact toy, but you get a lot less. But for some reason, I like the stupid blue one even better than this one, just because we never got a Thermal Vision one before. And I just think that's great until you turn them around. And there's absolutely no paint on the back. I don't know if they did that because, like, if you're looking at them frontwards, this is all that you would see. I don't know. It's just kind of weird that you think for $30 they could at least paint the whole action figure. Maybe it's not supposed to be painted. I'm not real sure on that. NECA, I think they got big stuff coming out next year. This year, unless you're like a Turtle fan, I think they kind of went kind of soft. I don't know. I got to go through all my action figures and see if these guys are going to make it on my top list. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I'm good either way. And then you have this wolf over here. It also comes with this little army man, which I'm going to give this to my kid or throw this thing in the trash. I really got no need for this thing. He is a cool action figure, kind of pre-posed. No big deal. I just got no need for him. Then he also comes with this like smashed in bus with some teeth marks in it. This is actually really cool. I could use this for a backdrop like in one of my Marvel Legends scenes or something like that. So I can probably definitely use that. And then you have the wolf. He does have like this biting action when you pick up and down his neck. It's pretty cool. This thing is actually a really good toy. I think it's only like $15. There's tons of detail in it, tons of paint. It's an original sculpt. Like, it's crazy that they can make something like this for $15 and then they sell you like a repainted Marvel Legends for $20. And I just don't get it. It's like half the size. So that's why I got it. I figure I'm going to pick it up, put a little black spray paint on it, darken it up a little bit, and then I'm going to put it, I wasn't real sure if I should put it with my movie Hella or my comic book Hella. I'll kind of put them there side by side for you can kind of check the scale. I know the wolf should be way bigger. I understand that, but it was cheap, and I think it's going to look really cool on my shelf, especially after I put a little black paint on it. For the rest of these toys, I don't want to rip you guys off. So for the Beast, I'm going to pull out my whole Beast collection, so I got to go get that set up. And for the Hulk, I guess I could have did that one. I think I'm only other Ragnarok Hulk. Maybe I'll pull out a couple for that one. And then the Silver Surfer, I'm going to pull out the Silver Surfer collection because I don't think I've ever pulled it out. Alright, so I went ahead and pulled out my Beast collection. This is by far my all-time favorite Beast. It's actually just like this one, except for one how it comes with a coat and one doesn't. They're like the same toy. We'll get him out of here. So this is my favorite one. The hip joints on this thing were weird. The articulation sticks out like a mile, but everybody kept screaming for a Beast, and man, this one totally scratches my Beast itch. I just got that other one just because it's the Beast, and Beast is one of my favorite figures. Then you have this one, which I always didn't really care for this design, with that like cat face on him. He is a cool action figure, just doesn't really do much for me as far as Beast goes. Then you have the movie one, which, yeah, not digging that at all. And then you have the one that has the computer that pops out of his chest. I always thought this was a pretty cool toy. I like the fact that he has that little computer that pops out of his chest. He has his glasses on, has a missile. Definitely a cool Beast toy, all accessoried up. I'm digging it. And then you have this one, which also has the cat face. I wonder if it's the same face. No, they're different. Totally different. Which, I don't know, the cat face Beast, it just doesn't do it for me. He's a pretty cool action figure, has a gun. I like him. I think that's all the Beasts. I'm pretty sure that I have all of them. Hopefully I have all of them. And then we're going to go ahead and check out this one. He comes with a little play set, which that thing is not really little. And it takes up a lot of room in your a lot of shelf space, a lot of real estate in your toy room. He also has extra hands, open hands, like climbing hands to grab those poles. I went ahead and put one of those on there, which actually grabs a pole pretty cool. This thing is cool if you got room to put it. I just don't really have room to put it, so probably gonna break that thing back down and stick it like in a drawer somewhere and then never look back. This thing is just really tall, so if you take it and you compare it with my favorite Beast, which I don't know how crouched down you can get this thing. I'll go ahead and try on camera and see how that works out, because I know how you guys love that. Alright, so the articulation, God, I just hate these thighs. That thing, the leg doesn't go back at all because it locks in and hits his butt, which the butt looks good, but the thighs don't look good. So you can only really move the knees forward or outward. So to get him in like a low position is not really going to work. You can crouch him down in the ab crunch a little bit, shrink him up. That's about as small as I can get him. So you can get him to about 6.5 inches. I'll compare him with a Marvel Legends figure. That's not horrible, man. He actually looks pretty good like that. So this is going to be, I guess this is my new favorite Beast. You look at these two side by side, I definitely like it better than the old Toy Biz one. I'm pretty sure this is an old Toy Biz one. I don't think it's a Hasbro one. I like it better than this one. This one, the mouth actually opens, which is cool. You know, it doesn't open much, but it opens a little bit, but then it has a pin in it, so I don't know. We'll get him out of here. This thing, if you look at this for a second, look at all the detail in there with the airbrush, all the fur sculpted in. Single elbow, it does have a pin. What has it got? Double knee, pins there, but they hit them pretty well. Other than the thigh joints, I really like this. Man, if they would have just made this guy, he looks like long and lanky. Like, to me, it seems like Beast should be more like thick like this. I don't know why they did the Beast so skinny. Maybe they drew him skinny in the books at some point, and then they got that idea from it. Marvel Select always does a pretty good job. I only usually buy the big characters. I figured he would be a character that I could display big. I'm going to put him with my X-Men team instead of this other one. So when they said they're going to make a Silver Surfer, I have to admit I was a little bummed out. I was like, come on, man, another Silver Surfer. We have tons of great Silver Surfers. And then after pulling them all out, I realized, God, I'm glad they made a new Silver Surfer. We really needed a new one. I really like this one. This is like the one that's supposed to fight this Hulk, which we're going to look at next. And that doesn't really look like much of a fight. But this one goes with that one, or would go with that one. So I'm really glad that I have this one. This one's cool. This one will always be cool. They actually did a really good job on them. And it could be a little bit more chrome, but I know when you chrome an action figure with articulation, it starts to chip off. And then you have this Marvel Select one, which, God, I hate that thing. I don't know why I even bought that. He's too big. He doesn't look good. He's all the way in the very back of my collection. Then you have this really old one with this blue on it. And these big balls, shoulders, which I hate. God, that thing looks stupid. He does have magnets in his feet and a magnet on his surfboard, so it does magnet up. But then you see where the magnet is, and it has pegs in it so it can plug onto something else. I can't really remember. God, that thing is horrible as well. And then this was my favorite one. I really thought they did a good job. The surfboard looks... Is it the same? Yeah, it looks like it's the same exact surfboard, except for this one is actually really chrome. So I like this surfboard better, so I might put this surfboard on this Silver Surfer, because this one's just painted silver. And then it's like this one is... The new one is a little bit, it's painted silver, it's not chrome, but it's definitely a little bit more silver. It's not a little bit more chrome. It's not as good as this surfboard. You can just see that thing in the reflection. So this was my favorite one. I thought he was great. When you put him next to this one, okay, you were right. We did need a new Silver Surfer. And then they went all out and they gave us this crazy cool magic effect that we've never seen before. But that wasn't enough, because that, you know, Hasbro, they love to go all out. They went ahead and threw like a little glitter in there just to really show off and let everybody know what time it was, because they're, you know, they don't give you a build-a-piece or anything, so they pull out this crazy magic effect that we've never seen before. Come on, guys, just try a little bit harder. This thing is like a $20 action figure. I know that you don't think $20 is a lot for an action figure, but I do. He's got the butterfly joints in it. He's basically an action figure that you already have with a new head and some crazy magic effect we've never seen before, and a surfboard that we've actually seen before. He does come with a bunch of other hands. He comes with fisted hands, slapping or flying hands, which I already did those. And then the hands that I decided to go with, like they're like the kind of like open hands. They look like he's casting out his energy beam. I like this figure. I think they did a great job. Alright, then you have this Hulk, this Marvel Select Hulk, and God, they just pulled out all the stops. This thing is truly amazing. I went ahead and pulled out the Marvel Legends version. It's right next to it. You can see that toy is basically garbage compared to this one. This thing, I mean, you really don't need the Mezco one or any other one. You can figure $25 for that. The Mezco one is like this tall, and it's $125. Yeah, I couldn't cancel my order quick enough. And then you have the Marvel Select comic book one, which that thing also is truly amazing. If you look at this thing, like last year, they did this and he couldn't hold on to his weapons very good. They fixed that problem this time. They give you extra hands. They give you fisted hands, so if you don't want him to hold any weapons, you can put these hands on him, which I really like those weapons. And then if you want to put the Mohawk head on them, which I'm going to do that with the Marvel Legends ones back there, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with the regular head. But they did a really good job on this head sculpt. Like, God, that thing, like this toy is perfect. It really couldn't be any better. We'll go ahead and get a close look up at him, or a close-up look at him. Here he is. God, I've been doing a lot of reviews lately. This catch-up thing, man, I really need to stay focused next year and try and do it for I don't have to do 20 videos like in the last week. The rubber on this thing is really soft, really pliable. I think they did a great job. The weapons are good. Tons of detail on those. The armor, he's basically a perfect action figure. The only thing that they could improve is get rid of the pins, But they hid the pins really well. The articulation on this thing for a big figure, I actually think it's pretty good. I'm not going to go over it. There's nothing mind-blowing new or shocking on this thing. You're going to say it's not enough. I'm going to say it's plenty. It kind of is what it is. Go ahead and look at the back on this thing. God, look at that like textured detail on them. Just really done well. The weapon, tons of detail on that. Yeah, I just got this toy right here saved me $125. I love it. It's a perfect action figure. They couldn't have did any better. Thank God for Marvel Select coming through. They don't give you a lot of toys, and I pass on most of their toys, but when they do a big figure, they do it better than anybody else in the game. I think that's it. I don't really think I need to do a collection or anything like that. I'm done, man. That's all my toys for 18. We're going into 19. I already reviewed that Captain Marvel set for 19. Got a little ahead of the game there, or behind the game, one of the two. I love you guys, man. Thanks for everything. Thanks for watching all these crappy, boring, long, weird videos with me blabbing and running my mouth. And I'll see you in like a day or two when I do my best of 2018 video. Thanks for watching.